friends, welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today though, I am super excited about this video because my good friend Megan, known as Craftin' Megan here on YouTube, is celebrating her 5-year anniversary, and I'm so excited to be part of this. I've been good friends with her for a while, and what we had to do was we had to go through all of her layouts, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. My voice is fading in and out for whatever reason. But we had to go through the layouts and find which one we wanted to scrap lift. So I decided to go with this one that you just saw, and I love that one for the simplicity of the design. I love how it's like a third of the layout, and literally it screamed so me. So that was the layout that I decided to go with. So the first thing I did was I went through my stash and I found this Scraptastic kit called Purple Rain. And I didn't know what I had left on it, so I'm kind of looking to see everything on what I had left. And I really liked this Heidi Swap paper, and I decided that was the one I was going to use on the background. And the reason why I absolutely loved it was it had brush strokes on it, so it looked like I literally took my own watercolor paint, did some brush strokes, and let it dry. Anytime I can find paper like that where it kind of just saves me on time, especially because I don't have a whole lot of time to scrapbook. I try to give myself 30 minutes every day, but you know, adulting sometimes takes over and I don't make it into my room. So anytime that I find something kind of already done for me, I like that. So Megan also used some washi tape for her fishtail banners. I didn't have washi tape, so I'm trying to make do with what I had. But I did have a lot of the branding strips still left, and that's something that I do with a collection. I'll save the branding strips, try to use them when I can, just to, you know, so they don't go to waste. And especially because, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of washi tape, so I always need to either use branding strips or make my own strips to create the washi look. Now, after I went through the embellishments, I found a 3x4 journal card and then some other embellishments to add on to that. And they also had in that kit this Heidi Swap, I believe it was by Heidi Swap or We Are Memories, these acetate embellishments. So I peeled off the plastic coating that goes on it, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down in a minute. Now I'm placing everything like she did. Like I said, it's not going to be identical because I'm not using the same exact products. So I'm going to have to use something in place of whatever she had used. And then I'm going to work on the title. Now I'm showing you here how I had an N, or I had one already done for me because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. So I did it off camera, but I took a W and I turned it upside down and I cut off the N to make it look like the letter N. And I did that because I only had one letter N in the package and I needed two. So I wanted them to have a cohesive look and not have one different than the other. And so that way it kind of, like I said, it creates a cohesive look, and that way I have two of the same letters. All right, so now I'm lining up everything, getting it down, and I'm really trying to make sure that I'm lining up everything in the white space that you see right there. So that one strip of white, I'm trying to fit the branding strips in there, I'm trying to fit the title in there, and just have everything lined up like her. So, but I'm noticing that this turquoise with the diagonal strip is really bothering me. And what's bothering me about it is if you look at the center, it comes to a point. So that's why I was kind of moving it around, because I realized, wait a minute, that's what's bothering me, is because I want to have that paper cut right there, dead in the center. I'd like to say that I did do that, but I didn't. And you'll see that here in a few minutes. But anyway, so I'm doing the same thing again that I did at the top. I'm also trying to do at the bottom, where I'm trying to have the word angels in that white space and have the boarding strip. So now that I have pretty much an idea of where I'm going to place everything, I'm now going to start adhering everything down. But I wanted to kind of dazzle up my background paper a little bit. So I grabbed two Heidi Swap shines that I thought might work. I had the tinsel, which is more like a metal gray. It's supposed to be silver, but it's not a true silver. And then I had black. And I started looking at the embellishments and I realized there is no gray in this collection. It is black polka dot. So, and then I also had the black and white polka dot paper. So I decided to go with that one. And one little thing that I could say as far as a tip, and that's why I'm kind of zooming in so that way you can see all the ink splatters, is to definitely tap your nozzle before you actually start splattering it, because then that kind of helps with not having the oops of the big drops. All right, so now I'm going to start placing everything down after it dried, and I'm going to start adhering everything. So as I'm adhering everything, I want to make sure everything is lined up. I don't know about you, but I will lay everything down perfectly, go, okay, let me just start doing this and this, maybe add ink splatters, and when I go to do it, nothing is exactly where it is. So I'm focusing though on that teal paper, and I'm like, Desiree, you need to cut everything, show everybody this is exactly where you need to cut in the center. And I kind of did things the hard way. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have literally took my trimmer, cut it in half, and then it would have already been done for me, but no, you know, I just was so involved with creating this layout that I literally took my adhesive, put it down, and realized, oh no, it's not in the center. It's a little too much over to the right. But I started to lift it, and it started to lift the paper. And since I didn't have any more of this background paper left, this was the only sheet that I had to just let it go. So anyways, now that I'm moving on, I definitely want to have, like I keep saying, like everything lined up. And the reason why is I need to have the photo lined up with the journaling card to line up with the embellishment, so nothing is looking awkward or out of place. And I also need to make sure I have enough room for that acetate tab that I'm going to attach to the journaling card, because there is a word on it. Now that word is not really important. It just says the word memory, but I knew that if I had it not positioned right and it was going over onto the turquoise banner, then you wouldn't be able to read what it is, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I really wanted to have that a clean look, not kind of messy to where, what does it say? I can't really read it. Kind of embellishment. So I'm getting started on my title. Oh, let me just talk about this title for a minute. And I just got done talking about how us moms, when we are scrapbooking, you know, we have, especially if we have little ones, we get interrupted a lot. Well, lo and behold, I'm putting everything down and I want to glue everything down, and I hear this, Mom, we need you. So of course I stop everything. I run out, and 30 minutes later I finally make it back into my room. Well, I was almost halfway with the first part of the title, which is Chandler's, and I got to the letter D. I was about ready to glue down the letter D. And you know, with chipboard thickers, we need to add the extra tacky glue, and once that goes down, you cannot remove it. Well, I put the D, I set it down, and I set it down kind of off to the side, so when I came back, it really wasn't in my view. So I grabbed the letter L. So now it's reading Chandler's, which is, I mean, I could have made it work, but then it defeats the whole purpose, because it's an inside joke, the name Chandler, with my girlfriends. And so I was like, no, it's tacky glue. This is going to destroy my paper. I got it though to lift up, and I will show you closely the little bit of where I kind of, a little defect of that it made onto the paper. But the real cool thing about it is that really saved me is this looks like brush strokes. So it literally looks like part of just the white coming through the watercolor paint, and ended up saving it, and thank goodness. So it wasn't that big of a deal. So there it is right there. Now a little bit background story. My girlfriend, I'm not going to say what year, how old she was. She was celebrating her 40-something birthday, because I can't remember what it is, and I don't want her to be like, it wasn't 45 or 46, it was this number. But anyways, we're celebrating her birthday, and we went to a brewery with our husbands, and so it was like a triple date kind of thing, and my husband snapped the picture, and he said Charlie's Angels. And yeah, that totally dates me right there. I loved the TV show Charlie's Angels when I was a kid. In fact, Kate Jackson reminded me so much of my aunt, who's no longer with us. Unfortunately, cancer kind of took her from me, but she looked just like Kate Jackson, and that became my favorite character. Like, that's who I wanted to be, was that little Charlie's Angel. And so I totally thought I was like the crime fighting detective type of person. But so when my husband said that, and then of course our inside joke is everything's the name Chandler, I just took out Charles and placed it for the Chandlers. And so we got the goggles on because we're about ready to go take a tour at the brewery, and that's pretty much it. So it was just a really funny story, and I'm so glad my husband captured it. There's actually more photos to this that I need to put in a pocket sleeve, but it doesn't go with this layout. But this is pretty much coming to an end. I'm just going to glue everything down, and this is it as far as the layout. Like I said, super excited to be part of this, of, you know, celebrating my good friend's 5 years anniversary. Megan, be sure to show her love. Go check out her channel, subscribe to her channel, and check out the rest of the ladies that are joining. I'll leave the description box below with all of their links. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, I would love to have you here at my channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my other future videos. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.